What is going on, guys? Dakota from Wolf Photography, and in today's video I'll be going over my thoughts on my favorite 85mm lens of all time, the Canon RF 85 f1.2. I want to start off by saying that this lens is the greatest 85 ever created. I primarily shoot Sony, and I am not afraid to admit that this is the holy grail of 85mm lenses. We'll also go over some of my experiences with this lens, as well as displaying a ton of sample images on the screen for you guys to check out. Without further ado, let's roll the intro and get into the action. The build quality on this bad boy is premium. I always said that this lens just feels professional. It's solid, it's weather sealed, and overall built really well. This is in fact one of the larger and bulkier 85s on the market. When using it with the EOS R and the R6, it was extremely top heavy and definitely doesn't balance well for cameras. But for most folks, including myself, this isn't going to be a deterrent from purchasing a lens, especially because of the image quality that this thing produces. With a lens this expensive, image quality is what everyone really cares about. Am I going to get my money's worth? Yes, you are definitely getting your money's worth. This RF 85 f1.2 produces such beautiful images. The images that come from this lens are tack sharp. Even at f1.2, you get sharp images with that creamy, obliterated background that we all love to see. When we talk about image separation, this lens is literally the cream of the crop in terms of isolating the image from the background. I've never seen chromatic aberration on images that came from this lens, which is a huge plus. As you all know by now, 85mm is my favorite focal length for portraits, and this lens is an absolute rock star to have in any kit. Autofocus on this lens works incredibly well. I don't have to worry much about focus hunting, especially when this native lens is paired with one of the newer R cameras like the R5 or 6. I usually use face and eye tracking, and it worked really well when shooting portraits. The video AF is great with this lens too. The RF 85 is very quiet when recording. The RF lenses uses nano USM motors that produce silence and autofocus responsiveness when recording. Though, due to the heaviness and bulkiness of this lens, I just don't see many shooters using this much for video. If you are someone who uses the Canon R system, money isn't an issue, and you want the best available portrait lens within the Canon RF family, then this is definitely for you. I also know a lot of shooters that are totally fine with still using their Canon EF 85, which is literally half of the price of the RF version. But like most major purchases, you should always be smart and do your research prior to. Evaluate your needs for the equipment that you are looking for just before throwing money, because you can. If I was a Canon shooter, I would own this lens, but it would probably be the only lens that I own because of its price. And then in turn, it would limit me for the variety that I could create for my portrait and video work. You have to balance the cost and the performance against your budget and make the best decision for you. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel and like the content, just hover down and click that subscribe button. And make sure you leave a comment on your experience with this lens or whatever lens you rock with for your work. I love talking to you guys. Thanks again, and I'll check you guys in the next video. Peace.